Hello and welcome to Inside Ball. Oh, boy.
How's the week
boy.
been, Dobbo?
Whoa.
What's our big fella doing? Big Payne Haas.
Hello, Kev.
He's on the
How are
move.
you?
I'm good, Dobbo. What a week again. I mean, it's been 7 days since our last potty, but so much has happened in that space.
God. Let's unpack it. We're going to take our time. We're going to unpack it all. And the biggest story, I think it might be the biggest story in 2026. Before a ball has been kicked with the Brisbane Broncos, 6-time Paul Morgan medal winner, premiership player, 3-time Origin Series winner for New South Wales, Payne Haas. Arguably, he's the best prop in the game. I would say he's in the conversation as the best player in the game. Has decided to leave Brisbane to join South Sydney Rabbitohs from 2027. Now, from the outside looking in, there is a lot of questions. We're going to try and answer them all for you today. Kev, I know this burns you, this decision, because you're so close to Payne.
Yeah.
But we know that Payne, on Sunday, rang Dave Donaghy and Michael Maguire. We know that he messaged the WhatsApp group of the playing group to let them know.
Yeah.
And the messages that he said was he needed a change. Now, is that strange? Well, it is strange because Payne Haas is well documented. His mother's incarcerated in a jail here on the Gold Coast. His father's incarcerated overseas. He's raising his 2 younger brothers.
Yeah.
And he's been a pillar in the society here in Brisbane. A man of strong faith, a man of strong conviction, and the fact is he's about to uproot his whole family and take them to South Sydney.
They're going to a club that haven't had a lot of success in recent years.
No. It's a strange decision, and one that from the outside looking in needs to be unpacked, and we're going to try and do that. Kev, I've got to ask you, what's your initial thoughts on why Payne Haas has left? Like, I listened to Paul Kent, I've looked at Danny Wilder's, and there's a lot of conflicting stories, but we do know this, and then I want to hear from you, that Brisbane certainly made an offer for a 1-year deal. They offered a number of things.
Yeah, but
I think
his management didn't want a long-term
deal. They wanted a 1-year extension, and that Broncos was saying to a lot of people, Kev, over the last 2-3 months, Payne will sign a 1 year. It's almost done. La-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Right? So that was from the Broncos. So they believed that he was going to be there. If you listen to the commentary, and this has come from his management and from that, the figure was, I'm not going to say low ball, but it was not of what they believed.
I think it's pretty similar to the figure that they offered him.
Offered him, yeah.
Right, so was it lower than what he's currently on?
My understanding is that I don't know if it was lower, but it wasn't
an increase
on what his value is.
Normally, when your club wins a premiership, and they've been, let's not forget one, they've been to 2 grand finals in 3 years. So the value of your players rises.
Yep.
Constantly rising, salary cap.
Sure.
And you're constantly under pressure to keep players. But Payne Haas is a peg in the ground, long-term player at a club. If you get a Payne Haas in your arms, in your stable, you do not lose Payne Haas, right? Or it's ideal that you don't lose him. Now, I'm not exactly sure why he's left, right? Why he's left a premiership-winning team and a team that he signed with.
His best mates are there.
As a junior coming through.
He debuted in 2018.
Yep. Right, so
he's won a premiership.
It is a bit strange, without knowing the full details and the full facts, but it is strange that he's moving. Maybe he wants the challenge, of picking up South and getting them a premiership. I don't know.
Kev, sorry, mate. That is just not right. He's not going because it's a challenge. If everything was rosy at Brisbane, he'd be staying at Brisbane. Let's just call it for what it is. Yes, R360 is simmering away there, and he might.
There's a chance of leaving at any stage.
At any stage, and I don't blame.
Maybe Brisbane don't like that fact.
But I've got to be honest with you. Brisbane aren't as gutted as what the fans are. I've spoken to a lot of people at the club. Now, Monday night, they were going to make a formal offer. They had to take they were going to try and counteract because there's a 10-day cooling off period.
When they're on the plane.
There's a 10-day cooling off period, and senior officials had talked about maybe a potential 5-year deal. They had a board meeting yesterday, Tuesday, and that they decided they're not going to. They are not making a counteroffer. They are resigned to the fact that he's gone.
Right.
And
I don't think the people
I was talking to, right, said why would the club make a fool of themselves by offering money that they know he's going to reject?
Yeah, but they've already said they're going to make an offer. So
they've pulled it. They're not making an offer.
But that looks.
Well, I don't know. They've just Cooper Bide just backflipped at the Titans.
Yeah.
We've seen plenty of players in that 10-day cooling off period.
Yeah, I guess.
Go and think. So if Brisbane came up with a big amount of money, but it goes back to, I don't think Brisbane are that disappointed. They believe that there is life after Payne. Now, I want to ask you, I know you were part of this. I know it wasn't your decision, and if you could have kept him, but you let Flegler go because you can only keep one number one prop. And Flegler wanted to be a number one prop.
Two middle forwards, right?
And so you've got Carrigan.
Carrigan already locked in on 2 more years. Payne Haas locked in on
Payne Haas. And
2 more years.
Rightly so. When you made to make that decision, it was unfortunate
that Tom Flegler was off contract.
He wanted to be a number one prop.
Yeah.
Now, you made that decision. How the hell have the Broncos, and they can say, oh, well, Flegler got injured. Mate, there's no saying he would have got injured, he wouldn't. It's just a freak accident. But how have you let Flegler go, and now you've lost Payne Haas? You've lost your two.
Well, he's the world's best prop, Dobbo. Let's be fair.
Yep.
And anyone who wants to argue that doesn't know rugby league.
Yeah, I agree.
So it is puzzling why he's left. I don't think it was about money. That's the information that I'm getting. I don't think it's about money. So what was it about? Well, we're probably never going to know. So it's just one of those mysteries, But for all Broncos fans, I'm sure that
Oh, they're pissed off, and rightly so. No one could believe it.
Yeah, and some of the South players, they thought it was April Fool's Day. It was a joke.
So if you talk to South Sydney, they say they've been in conversations with him for 12 months. I don't necessarily know that. I think this heated up 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
I think Brisbane, in the Haas camp's opinion, were offered that Payne's management believe that the Brisbane offer was disrespectful.
Yeah.
And there'd been a build-up of different things in Payne's eyes that he wasn't happy about. And one of them was the training. I can tell you now, the club went into meltdown yesterday saying, oh, no, it's not. Something was not right there. The load, I don't know. I will say this: they did win a premiership off the back of hard work, and I'm going to say this.
Let's not even go there.
Yeah, but it clearly something. Now there's talk that there was a blow up in Toowoomba, and you don't know what's true. Payne hasn't spoken at the camp. Yep, there's that talk. There is talk that he wasn't happy with how much load he's doing. He's a phenomenal trainer.
Well, I had heard that through the grapevine, but
you don't
not
know
just recently.
Yeah. Well, the club
months and months ago, through Origin and the like,
Yeah,
so
the club are denying it.
But Origin's a tough period for all clubs,
Yeah, and look, Payne carried some injuries last year. He was busted at the back end of last year, and he got himself up. I can't get over that Brisbane have lost him. I can't. Now, Kev, I've got to ask you, I mean, you manage. I remember the night that Payne Haas had said he was leaving the club. You were coaching him. This was in 21 or 22. He said he was going to go. Like he's managed, and you were able to convince him to stay. This was the first time. He's been a little upset with.
He's agitated a few times.
Agitated with the way the Broncos now.
Well, the big thing was he wanted to be part of a premiership team.
Yeah.
And maybe he's got that premiership now. So wouldn't you think he'd want to be part of another one and go back to back?
Yeah, well, that's exactly right.
He bleeds Brisbane. I heard Pat Carrigan talking about him, and Pat was dismissive on whether he's going or staying, but he said, I just love it every time I see him in a Broncos jersey, and that's the opinion of every fan, I would have thought. So It is a different one, Dobbo, but that's rugby league.
Could you have kept him if you were coaching there?
Oh, yeah. Well,
Are you confident that if you were there,
I'm not coaching there, so that's But if I was coaching in the NRL, he'd be one of the first players I'd target. So Wayne Bennett, hats off to you, mate. He's fallen on in his hands. It's great for the South. They're all excited. They're very excited. South Sydney, but
have you spoken to Payne?
I haven't spoken to him. Just text him. Yeah.
Yeah. Is he okay?
He's okay. Obviously, he's a fair bit of stress on everyone, but he's okay. But the question, I guess, for a lot of the Broncos fans is what happens this year, and I can answer that for you now. Payne Haas will play his ass off, and he won't let you down. So there's often that talk, when players sign, he's not giving it all, his mind's elsewhere. Well, I can assure you that won't happen with Payne Haas. He's a very dedicated, very professional athlete. He'll give his best for that club in 2026.
I don't understand how they got to this. And they said, well, we've got a lot of cap space now. And they have got a bit of cap space next year. And that, there's managers wanting to, but you can't replace Payne Haas.
You can't replace Payne Haas. You can't.
They're talking about Xavier Willison's the next man.
Xavier will come through, and but he's not a Payne Haas style of player. I think if you looked at his stats last year, I meant to, I think he had 2 handling errors and 7 missed tackles for the year, and then he runs for 4,000 kilometres with the ball.
Can I ask you about when you were at the club? Did you ever get the feeling that they weren't wrapped in pain as much as the fans and you as a coach were? Did you ever?
Well, I only
because there was a time when he wanted to leave last time.
Well, there was a bit of noise around that, but
But did you ever have to defend his value at the club or anything like that?
Oh well, when you're constantly in retention meetings, there's certain players. Everyone's name comes up, but Payne Haas you build a club around Payne Haas. And the big question mark over Payne and all the criticism was, he hasn't won a premiership. Well, he has now. He's been in 2 grand finals in 3 years.
And he's won a comp.
So, he's played for Australia, he's won World Cups.
Plays for Samoa now.
Playing for Samoa. Well, I don't know who he's playing for this year. We'll wait and see.
I don't think that we've seen the end of this. At some point, I don't expect Payne Haas to come out and say he's off the coach or he hates the club or anything
that's never going to happen.
No,
we'll probably never. It'll never be revealed the exact reasons. Some things just stay underwater.
Could you if you're Brisbane and it was handled right, could they have kept him in the sense of because
it's clearly not a money thing for the Broncos.
It's not a money thing.
No.
So have they not got to the root of why? It's easy to say, I need a change. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
People don't change unless you're unhappy. You don't change something unless you want to fix something. You don't change something unless you're disappointed in it. That's honest. If you're happy, why would you change?
Yeah, well,
he wasn't happy.
No, not happy. So he's made the change.
Why is Payne Haas not happy? That's the questions that I think a lot of people at the club need to look at. Why? Sometimes they just need a change. Carl Morris said to me, mate, he just needs a change. Why does he need a change? Because clearly I'm probably more in shock, Kev, that the Bronx, yes, being disappointed, but probably aren't as upset as or outraged as what everybody else
Broncos
is.
fans are.
Yeah, and the media is because it's a shock. Now look, we don't understand the internal workings. We actually don't know what Payne is like day to day, if he's divisive within the club, or all that stuff.
He's not that.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. We
but he's not that. So put a line through that.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, they seem. Well, they pulled their chance of making a counter offer in that 10-day cooling off period because they resigned.
Well, they've just moved on, and they have to.
They have to. So
we should move on to Dobbo.
Well, big story in rugby league.
The big thing for the Broncos. He's there this year. He's playing in the World Club Challenge.
I don't think that he should be booed. I think he's been a huge servant. I mean,
well, they booed him there before.
Yeah. They better not boo him this time. I mean, he's a premiership player, 6-time Paul Medal winner. on the Bronx. It was a big news day.
Did they get
It
there?
was a big news day. Sunday, Adam Reynolds. I made that decision. I made that announcement on Channel 9, and then
You
Monday,
could have saved that for the inside ball.
Well,
One night you had to sleep on it.
We could have. We probably could have. Adam Reynolds retires at the end of the season.
Yeah. I think that's a good decision, right? He's got so much, it's very scary when you come to that point in your career when you're retiring from rugby league and a professional sports person that Adam has been for the last, since he went straight out of school.
Yeah, 18.
Finished school as a 17-year-old, straight into the Rabbitohs.
I would say this, the decision was made for him. When they signed Jonah Pezzett,
Oh, yeah.
they closed the door on him having another year. Now, do you blame Brisbane? They had Kobe Black there. They didn't obviously think Kobe could get the job done in a quick enough time. And Jonah Pezzett came on. Braith and Madge are close.
Yeah.
That's a good signing. I think Brisbane, but the door shut for Adam Reynolds.
Well,
and my understanding is that he hadn't really decided whether or not he was going to retire.
Right.
But that decision was made for him.
Well, sometimes that happens, unfortunately.
No
It's
question.
Rugby league.
No question. But
It's
Ben
a crew-
Hunt's not retiring.
Well, we don't know.
I can tell you. He's not retiring.
So he's got a contract for 27.
No, but he's going to play on.
Right.
And I interviewed him at the airport, and he said he has no plans whatsoever to retire.
Yeah, well, I can understand that as well,
Yeah, he thinks he's in a better.
But I can assure both those gentlemen that there is life outside of rugby league, outside.
Well, Renault's got a contract at the club. He's going to be a coach there.
Yeah, but there's life outside when you finish playing. And it is scary for players when they get to that end of their that's all they've done is out of school, straight into systems. So it is scary, but there is a lovely world out there you got to find, and they'll find it,
Well, I'm very happy for him. He's a friend of this show. He's a friend of yours, mine. You brought him to Brisbane.
Yeah,
you brought
we
him
might
to
get him on the
Brisbane.
podcast. Yeah. You got him working at Triple M. What do you got?
Yeah, he's working there.
Oh,
but you did
he's not taking any of my money, is he?
He might be getting a bit of yours, unfortunately.
Oh, come on, Reno.
Can I just say this? I do think that you brought him here to deliver a premiership. You brought him here to change it. Every
not just
region.
one. We invested for several. And
mate, he's had two grand finals. He got a premiership. He has done his job at Brisbane. He absolutely has been. He's changed in a lot of ways. That place. Remember, you inherited a wooden spoon side.
Yeah, they're on their way now, so that's good. And he was a big part of the turnaround,
So Reno, we salute you, mate. Well done. We will get you on the podcast, and we are really proud of you.
They're in for a big season though in the Broncos. They got a good side.
They're a top
good
4
roster.
side, and then you keep on going.
Right, there we go. What else has been happening?
Well, the Lomax issue.
We got in trouble for this. We got a bit of backlash.
I got in trouble, mate, because
we're just having a genuine argument. But it's back in the news again.
Yeah, so
the court date has been postponed.
Well, they tried to have negotiations yesterday. They broke down.
Yeah.
So Parramatta and Melbourne are trying to negotiate some deal.
Yeah. Hey, watch this space. Our mate, Peter V'landys, he's going to make something happen here, mate. He's not happy with it.
I bet he's not. I bet he's pissed off. And rightly
well, we
so.
want it, he needs to be playing in the NRL, Dobbo. I said that last time.
I don't think we disagree on that. What we disagree on is because your wife's a lawyer.
Isn't your wife a lawyer too? So you probably went home and said,
"Mate, your wife's a lawyer, and you've looked at this. So, we're just gonna go down the road.
Let's just agree to disagree.
We absolutely disagree on this.
We got it that right.
All right, Zachy boy, I'm sorry, mate.
Can I just say,
you've got Kevie in your corner, but you ain't got me.
But I am a bit of a minority in that space. There's been a few that have come on pretty hard on Zack Lomax, but Dobbo, he made
you're a player's coach,
uninformed decision. An uninformed decision.
Well, mate, I'm sorry. You know what? I'm sorry.
Let's agree to disagree. Right, but you owe me...
Too bad if you make an uninformed decision. You make the decision, you live with it, you pay the price. I don't give a crap. It's not gifts for everyone here. It's not Christmas.
No.
Righto. Craig Bellamy. Oh, didn't he play the Titans off a break? I've got to be honest with you.
He's done that before, mate.
I am now I'm just going to say this now. Craig Bellamy will never coach anyone other than the Melbourne Storm. Every time this comes up, Oh,
26 years. That is amazing.
A bloke described it yesterday to me. He said, you know how this... He said, I've got this bloke who works for me, and every day he whinges about how much he hates the job, and that's what gets him going, and he always does the best job. Craig Bellamy loves coaching the Melbourne Storm.
Yeah.
But every year it rolls around, this annoys him, that annoys him. Yeah. And guess what?
Yeah, but he did say in his presser that he loves the club, loves the people in the club.
Of course he
He's
does.
got a lot of respect and care for the players.
I think he's getting the blessing off his family as well.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he was... But you know what? The Titans thought they had... The Titans...
Right.
Was so confident that they had him, it was not funny.
History repeats, because I was at the Storm. We won the premiership in 2012. Bellamy was off contract at the end of 2013, right? And negotiations had been dragging on for some time over the pre-season. And I was in Craig's office, and Cameron Smith walked past one day. It was a big headline, even in Melbourne, that is Bellamy going or staying. And Cameron Smith knocked on the door and came in and said, "Hey, Craig," he said, "you better hurry up and sign that contract." He said, "because if you end up at the Dragons are one of the clubs chasing, we play them in round one, and nothing would please me more than kicking your ass in round one."
And so
he signed the next day.
Yeah. But
he's a Melbourne to the bone, mate. He's not moving.
Craig has played everybody off a break again. I appreciate him. I respect him.
Was he a genuine chance of going to the Titans or not?
They thought it was a lock.
Right.
But it was never a lock. It was just him just getting negotiations going. Like,
yeah.
And you know what somebody said to me yesterday? Every year this goes on.
Well, it happened to Brisbane as well, didn't it?
Mate, everybody wants him. Parramatta.
Someone at the Broncos.
Mate, everybody, he's never leaving Melbourne. He's there for the next 3 years. He is never going to another club.
And rightly so too. He belongs in Melbourne. They got some work to do, the Storm. Back-to-back grand finals. Magnificent effort. They got to take that little next step. And they would be bitterly disappointed with the result of last year's grand final. They had that game won. Yeah. And that's very un-Storm-like. Right? And they've lost one of their key players, Katoa, for the season.
Pap. They've lost Nelson.
And
they've lost a lot of...
Pappenhausen's... He's had a lot of injuries, perhaps. Yeah. Right? And
Katoa's a big loss. They're in huge trouble.
If anyone can find replacements, it's the Storm, you know. Munster and Harry Grant were the two of the best players on the tour in recent Kangaroos, so I expect him to bounce back. But they got some work to do, the Storm, and that's easy. They're good. That's where they like it. They love it.
All right. There is a lot of news. The NRL season launched yesterday. Billy Walters.
Yeah, Billy was in Sydney. Well, all the
repping the Bronx.
Yeah.
Repping the Bronx.
I saw a photo, beautiful in the background with the bridge and the Opera House.
They did that well, so well done to them. Brisbane flew out Monday night. They've arrived in
the UK, in London. UK. They're going to London, aren't they? I see.
They're staying in London.
Are they doing
near Wimbledon?
Training
in a club trials.
They're staying at Wimbledon.
Near close there.
That's a long way out.
Well, that's where their training facilities are, mate.
Right.
And then they go to Hull next week.
Yeah, they're staying on a golf course or something.
Yeah, and then out.
Right. You been to Hull?
No, they reckon it's not a lot there.
No.
But how will Willie Peters go up against, like, in all seriousness, like, he obviously is...
Oh, they got a pretty good side there, you know, the KR. That'll be a tough game. Those World Cup challenges, Dobbo, it's been so many Australian teams go over there and thinking it's going to be a bit easy, but the big thing is the timing of the game, where it is. So when they arrived, the Broncos, it was raining... 5-6 degrees, miserable, you know. So take your mind back just to the Kangaroo Tour recently, so where Katoni, Paddy, Reece Walsh were all... We didn't see much rain at all. It was unbelievable weather. Sun was out, you know, I'm going to say 25, 26 degrees, maybe a little bit cooler, but it got cool in the mornings and at night.
But a beautiful day.
Yeah, and so that's not the English way this time of year. And I remember the Broncos went over there... in 2001, so they won 2000. 2001 they went over there played against St Helens, and it was coming in sideways, not just the rain, sleet, and they got rolled that day, the Broncos. I was coaching, I was playing for Warrington, not in that game, but I was over there. And
you going to watch it?
No, I didn't, because we went on a pre-season training camp, so we couldn't get to the game, but Narelle and the kids went and watched it, and it was absolutely freezing. And Gordy talks about it. I've heard him talk about it. You know, at half time, they're sitting in there and they're all shivering and, you know, they're up 12-6 or something, and they just thought, there's no way, no one, we're going to get through this.
No.
And they come back in the second half, St Helens, and won. So it's tough with the conditions and the refereeing as well. The smaller fields, all those things are going to come into play against the Broncos. The Payne Haas thing will obviously will it have some knock on? I wouldn't have thought so, because he's a real pro. But some of the other players, you know, this will be a tough game for the Broncos. I expect them to win.
Well, the mail is that Ren's got this calf injury.
Right, so why would you risk him over there? You got to take him, I get it.
They take him. Well, they've taken Moser as cover, and Honey will go into the halves with Ezra.
Right, and
Honey's hamstrings.
Pakes will be 9.
Pakes will be 9. So that they have got that. Alblick's Tarfar will come off the bench.
Yeah, well, that
they
makes
believe
sense.
that Gajeski will start.
Jack Gajeski, he'll do a great job there.
Yeah, well, Piakura's still injured, so
he's got the knee.
He's probably 3 or 4, 5.
But that's on. Is that on a Thursday night or something? That game
Thursday night, Friday morning here.
Right, because Hull then got to get on a plane the next day to fly to Vegas.
Yeah, they're playing.
Yeah,
the following week.
So Willie Peters and his gang have got a busy couple of weeks, but they're up for it. We got Willie coming on the show next week.
Looking forward to that. Now, Brad Thorn, what an icon. How good was he to sit down?
In the studio, mate. We had the big fella. How tall is he?
Mate, just a monster. He is a big part of what this is. Look, we've got trials starting. That's the big one now.
Do you want to cover a couple of trials? What do you want to do?
Tomorrow is a really big day.
I'll be out there for Fox on the sidelines.
Dolphins take on the Titans. And can I just say, Tommy Gilbert, Tom Flegler, both named in this side.
Selwyn Cobbo.
Morgan Knowles.
Katoa's playing as well. So the Dolphins have a red hot crack.
Trey Fuller's in the All-Stars game, right? Indigenous All-Stars side. Hammer's not playing. Herbie's not playing. Either's Cody Nicarima. He's in the Maori side. So, I mean, they have a very good side. Like, the Dolphins have done a very good job. And the Titans, well, this is under Josh Hannay. They've got Marcus Cooper By, who
Lachlan Ilias on show, and the young half Zane Harrison's playing as well.
Both of them
Luke Summerton, the new hooker they brought in, he's playing, and Cooper By is locking the scrum. Great young prospect for the Titans. Curtis Moran makes his debut there as well, the ex-Bulldog.
Yeah,
he's coming. I like the way he goes.
I like the Titans this year, but I really, really am on the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins are going to do something special.
The side they put out is very strong. You've got Flegler off the bench.
Flegler will play 20 minutes.
Avarillo's a fullback. He's filling in for Fuller
or Hammer.
And Jermaine Asako's playing as well. So they've picked a pretty strong side.
You know, they haven't named in there.
Francis Milo's in there.
Yeah, but they haven't. Saifidi, Max Plath, Jack Bostock, Hammer.
Yeah, well, they're all not ready to play just yet.
But I'm saying, like, when they get their roster
they got a good side. They've got a good depth there as well.
Good side?
Yeah.
Mate, they're in the conversation. If they can get it right.
Yeah, well, Katoa and Cody Nicarima are the key there. And who they sort out as their fullback, that's a big one as well.
I think Donahue, all reports the 1.2 time trial. Donahue and Max Plath.
They fought it out, did they?
Fought it out. They've signed Donahue, extended him till 28. But, mate, they've got the nucleus of a really, really good football team.
Well, they need to get it done early because they missed the jump last year, remember?
Yeah.
So let's see if they can have a crack in these trials.
What do you make out of Canberra, Melbourne?
Yeah.
Ricky's taking no one. Like, Ricky's got Tamale, I think, is playing.
Oh, Dane Laurie's playing at halfback. Yeah, Matty Nicholson, the Englishman back rower, he's playing.
He's playing in
Jack
the
Hetherington's making his debut for the Storm. Big Jack, you like Big Jack. He throws them straight.
I think Jack Hetherington is going to be one of the success stories this year because he'll get it. Like, you go down to the they've got David Moali as well.
Yeah, Moali's playing as well. They're the two sort of big ones. And then also on Friday, you got the Cowboys up against the Panthers. Now, the Cowboys have picked a really strong squad. Obviously, they're going to Vegas, so this is their big trial.
Yeah,
they got them all on show. And in the halves, Clifford and Tommy Dearden.
So that's where they're going to go.
That's when they go for Vegas. Yep.
Yeah.
Jackson Purdue's in the centres with Laybutt. So
that's all right.
They got a pretty good side.
Drinky at fullback.
Yeah,
Tuolungi and
he's
one
back on the wings,
and then
Cohen Hess, Reed Marnie makes his start in the trials,
huge rap.
And Jason Tomoalo's playing as well. That's huge news.
And Lodgy off the bench.
Matt Lodge off the bench.
Lodgy's going to Vegas.
Yeah, he got through. That's good news. And the Panthers, they've picked they haven't got it.
Yeah, I mean they don't.
They're not too bothered by that.
They're not too bothered by it. But that's that's the guts of it. And then they go to Vegas. So we're looking forward to seeing how that all plays out.
Right. And then, right, so you know the next games, don't you? I've got it all here for you, Dobbo. I've done my research. Saturday, Warriors are playing Manly. That game's at Napier. Do you know where Napier is? It's on
in New Zealand.
Yeah, North Island, sort of a couple of hours from...
on the East Coast.
Yeah, from Auckland, right?
Yep.
Big news there, Ali Leotau.
Yeah, back.
He's back in the centres. Guess who his centre partner is?
Capes.
No, Lika Halasima.
Wow. So you got Ali
two rookies in there.
and Lika
And
Halasima
Roger
in the centre.
Tuivasa-Sheck's playing in that game as well. And for the Manly side, Blake Wilson, who's come from the Bulldogs, he's on the wing. And Joey Walsh, we've heard a lot about him.
Mate, I got Joey Walsh's huge raps. I got a mate of mine whose son is best mates with him. They say just a phenomenal kid and is going to be the long-term play there.
Yeah. So there's a couple of interesting ones on Saturday. Then we've got the Tigers and the Roosters at 10 to 3, our time, right? Jock Madden.
For the Tigers?
He's in for the Tigers. He's the main one
We
there.
love Jock Madden.
And the Roosters have named a pretty strong side.
Ches?
No.
No Ches.
Savala's playing. He's playing in 6.
Yeah.
And very strong fullback. A lot of those young fellas.
Nafahu White, Blake Steep.
Nafahu White's not playing. Blake
Steep.
Yeah, there's a lot of those. You know those young ones.
Yeah.
They're coming through in that game. So, but no DCE just yet.
No Sam Walker either.
No Sam Walker either. I think they'll roll out next week. I don't know who they're playing next week, but they'll roll that out. I think there's 4 games on Sunday. Yeah, the Knights are playing the Bulldogs, right? And the Knights side is obviously a strong one, and the Bulldogs as well. They've virtually picked Vegas teams.
Well, they have to. So that'll be a really good. So I've got Cowboys Knights in Vegas. I'm going to call that game. So it'll be interesting to see how they all play and how they come out. But
the only big name not playing for the Knights is Ponga, but he's going to roll out over there.
Yeah.
And Fletcher Sharp, who has gone back to fullback.
And your halves?
Bradman Best is playing in this game, and Fletcher Hunt. They're the 2 centres. The halves are Dylan Brown and Sandon Smith. He's in the 7 jumper. Now, he was all right last week, but he's in better company this week, so we'll get a better indication on where he's at. And Frizzell's, their forward pack's pretty strong.
Phoenix Crosland at hooker.
Yep. Saifedi's playing. Lucas.
Yep.
Thomas Cant, watch out for him. He's got muscles on muscles, that kid.
He can
and Matt Croker, who I've got a big opinion on as well.
Yeah.
So they got a very strong side there, the Knights, and as have the Bulldogs. All their big guns are in too, including Stephen Crichton, who missed the Pacifica last year, didn't he?
Yeah, but he'd be right now. So
I saw him yesterday on the Vision. He's another
monster, mate. He's a monster.
Muscles on muscles.
Yeah, he's big. So
I was talking to someone who was at the press conference, and they said the size of his calves, you know.
Yeah,
they all look fit this time of the year, the leagues.
Everybody's fit.
They're
glistening.
Yeah, Matt Burton's in the halves with Lachlan Galvin, so we'll see.
That's the way that they're going to go. Galvin at 7.
Well, they have to, mate. They've got to play Galvin. They've got to play him somewhere, you know. And Bailey Hayward is obviously the 9. Their forward pack strong. Max King's playing. Kickow's playing. Jacob Preston. They're full strength. The Bulldogs as well. So that'll be a very good game.
I'm looking forward to it all. It's back. Footy's back. The trials.
We got more for you yet, Dobbo. Don't go away yet. Don't go away.
You've got the Charity Shield, haven't you?
Yeah, Charity Shield's on this weekend. That's been a fixture in our program for how long?
Yep.
Have you ever been to one of them?
Never.
Oh, I've been to one. It was
you go one at Mudgee or somewhere?
Mudgee, pre-season. It was unbelievable. So Dragons up against South Sydney. Now, the Dragons have got a full slot because they're going to Vegas. All right, so Val Holmes is back, Kyle Flanagan and Dan Atkinson playing in the halves. Their forward packs, all those good young kids, you know, Gula, Cookie's in, Couchman, Leilua, Sewer, Sele. So they've got a strong side, whereas Wayne's pulled a few of his big, hasn't played too many at all. Matt Duffy, remember Matt Duffy?
He's back.
He's got a contract to play in the New South Wales Cup for South. So he'll get a run. And Latrell Segwalt was here at South Sydney.
He was at Redcliffe.
Then went to South. Now he's down at the Bunnies. And Lachlan Hubner is probably the only other big one there. I like that kid.
Yeah,
kid from
tough.
Rocky. Wayne likes him too.
All Stars.
All Stars.
Yeah, I'm calling that game. That's the All Stars.
Oh, so you're actually doing something this weekend?
Yeah, I'm calling that game.
Right. Who are you looking out for there? What do you like?
I think the Maori All Stars are going to do it easily.
Reckon?
Yeah, I think they're a very, very good side. I looked at that. I think there's a lot there to like about them.
Kinney, fullback. Jojo Fafita, Casey McLean, Maureen Hiroti.
Yeah.
Maureen, what's
Hiroti,
it?
yeah.
Yep. Dallin Watini Zelezniak's playing. They got a very strong
side, mate.
Chance.
Mate, Chance into Clodstad.
He's playing 6.
Tamari Martin's in that
Martin,
on the bench.
Yeah, they got a good strong forward pack as well.
James Fisher-Harris is there.
Now look out for the Indigenous All-Stars. Trey Fuller, fullback.
Now,
he's a gun, mate.
Shaq Mitchell in that side.
Shaq's in that. The Fox is on.
The Fox, yeah.
Jesse Ramey. So they're chock full of stars too. And they got the Cronulla halves as their halves pairing. I know they mix them around. Josh Kerr's going to have a gallop.
Yeah.
Connor Watson's at hooker. So they got a good Tallis Duncan.
Good game of footy.
They're two good sides there. Jaden Campbell and Jamal Fogarty on the bench. That'll be a cracking game. I'm covering that on Fox as well. Gordy and I are doing that one.
Oh, yeah?
And the women's game as well. So
Gordy working on a Sunday?
Yeah.
Jeez, that's not normal.
Well, he does the sin bin with you, doesn't he?
Yeah, but
in season.
No, I'm talking about covering games.
Oh yeah. I think he's looking with his association with the Titans. He wants to get back into it and fire up a bit.
Yeah.
All right,
that's good.
And there's another game on Sunday. The Sharks are playing the Eels. The Eels have got a few guys that are in. Jonah Pezzic's making his debut at halfback, and the Sharks they've got a pretty strong side as well. A lot of young kids there too. So. It all starts, mate.
It all starts
this weekend, and you'll get it all on the inside ball.
You will, but the big ones is tomorrow. Is Titans and Dolphins. Cowboys obviously having their final hit out before they go, and the Broncos obviously with the World Club Challenge. We'll have a preview of that next week before that game takes place, and we'll have a bit better of an idea. But there's no question the big story has been the defection for Payne Haas to leave Brisbane to join South Sydney in 27. As equally shocked as we all are, it's going to happen. Brisbane aren't going to make a counter offer. They're actually going to stay that way. We will be back. Make sure you listen to Brad Thorn's chat. You want to talk about how you turn your life from a chat to make yourself a superstar? It's through hard work, but it's the mental fortitude that Brad Thorn had as a teenager that will really get you. He's principled.
He faced some big challenges, Dobbin, in his career.
One of the most
including when he went over to rugby.
Bloody oath.
And they weren't laughing at him, but thinking, mate.
They lowballed him and laughed at him.
Yeah.
And he went from being a hero playing rugby league, and just about how proud he is to represent Australia. Go and have a listen. It's one to be listened. That's Inside Ball. We'll see you next week. Footy is back, baby.